I was working in my lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight when my monster from his lab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash.
Hi there, and good evening. My name is Pat, or for today it could be Patricia. And I am not your ordinary, not your average Nana. Okay, and today's song is also going to be a little bit different for my Monday fare. And today it's going to be Geoff Castellucci's version of Monster Mash. As you can see, I love Halloween. My daughter and I were messing around and playing with costumes and seeing what I could dig up and what she could dig up. So this is what we came up with for today. So the original Monster Mash was done in 1962 by a gentleman named Bobby Boris Pickett. And I think the band was And the Crypt Keepers. And they only ever put out one album, one recording of this. There wasn't any other recordings of this. But Monster Mash has many different iterations. There's a Monster Christmas, a Monster concert, a Monster. There's several different versions of it. Also, there was a rap version put out and a kind of couple of other weird versions put out. So there's quite a few. And the Boris is referring to Boris Karloff, who was a very famous monster actor. He played monsters. He played the monster, the evil person in some movies and the monsters in others. And it's just, he was frightening when I was a kid. And this original song hit #1 and stayed there for 2 weeks before Halloween in 1962. So for a novelty song, that was pretty good. Okay, Geoff's song, it's a solo. He does 4 parts, and he does this in quite a few of his. I've seen a couple of his other solo things, Ghost Riders, and one of the what was it, a Viking type song. I can't remember which one it was, but I just seen parts of one. So and they're pretty cool where he does all the parts. I also just watched a video of him describing how he does his arrangements for Voiceplay, but it also does for his own songs as well. And it's really interesting, and I'll link all that stuff down below. Okay, let's get into this music pretty quick here. Okay. And we'll get going and well, that's cool. I've listened to the beginning a couple of times, and it's the first time with the headphones, and I could hear the heartbeat. Let's just
I was working in my lab late one night when my eyes beheld surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom, the ghouls all came from the humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. Yes, they did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sound. The Igor on the stage back by.
Oh, that's cool. Very kind of Beach Boyish.
His hounds, the coffin bangers were about to arrive. The vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. La 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 la. Maestro.
Love the sound effects.
They played the mash. The monster mash. They played the mash. The monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drax's voice did array. It seems he was bothered by. He opened his coffin and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?" It's now the monster mash. And it's a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool, Drax a part of the band. And my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them, la 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 la. Oh good, you're awake. Let's dance, my darling, shall we?
Oh, that's cool. I do like that they put Beethoven's for a lease in there, and the kind of Beach Boy swing end also, and just the differences of arranging that he did. It's really really amazing. We couple of things that I noticed or I've read in his description. I guess he what's his name? Oh yeah, Rick Underwood did the original makeup, but then there was a problem. Had to be refilmed because there was issues with the original footage, and they couldn't make up arrangement to be available at the same time that Rick was for the makeup. So they had, when they were ready to reshoot, and so I guess Kathy came in and redid the makeup and he said she tried to do her best, but he was already exhausted, so it didn't take much. And I thought that was kind of cute. Also, choreography was done by Matthew Buckner, and that was pretty good. Our friend Bucky, who's been in several of their videos, and behind the scenes, and of course it was filmed at Patty Cake Studios, and for Lane and Tony both worked on the set, so it was cool. I mean, it was a really good thing. Oh, Kathy did the costuming as well and did her cameo. And one thing I did notice, that and also I saw this, I read this someplace that when Geoff hit a specific low note, she jumped, kind of like that start of the wake up. So that was cool as well. So um, up leading up to Halloween, which is mid next week, I believe. So be about this one, two, three, four, maybe total of 5 videos, including this one, that are going to be strictly Halloween related. So, like I said, my second favorite holiday behind Christmas, and there's a lot of Christmas videos coming. So, I'm hoping that everybody has an exciting, fun-filled Halloween. I'm going out. I do this every year with my grandson, my youngest grandson. The oldest grandson, he's 19 and will be doing his own thing, same as my daughter does her own thing for Halloween, and we all have fun. Anyways, my grandson and my son and my daughter-in-law, we usually go to the different malls and go around and collect candy and show off our costumes, and we just have fun. And then we go back home and we have uh, nachos. My son's amazing super nachos, which will make my sister very jealous. Okay, so to continue, I wish you happiness, I wish you joy, I wish you peace, and especially kindness. Some people find this time of year, a little challenging, and just be kind. Watch for the little ones on the road. Be aware what's going on around you, and have a wonderful week. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Love you. Bye now.